1945, the end of World War II. Japan had not yet given up, and America was advancing towards the Japanese mainland by capturing one island after another. A volcanic island of only 21 square kilometers located south of Japan, Iwo Jima, suddenly became a terrible battlefield. From an airbase on this small island, Japanese troops targeted American warships and bombers. Therefore, capturing the island was very important for America. Japan had already understood that America's next target was Iwo Jima, so they built an impenetrable defense system across the island. 21,000 experienced Japanese soldiers, an extensive network of tunnels, caves, bunkers, cannons, mortars. All together, the island was a death trap. The Japanese commander was Tadamichi Kuribayashi, an extraordinary tactical warrior. He knew that they would not be able to win this war, but his plan was to kill as many American soldiers as possible and buy time. From dawn, American warships began a massive bombardment. Thousands of cannon shells were fired at the island. There were also attacks from the air, but inside the Japanese were unharmed. They were hiding under tunnels, not firing a single shot. But 70,000 U.S. Marines landed on the beach. They thought the war would be much easier, but they realized the terrible truth. The ground shook with the sound of the gunfire. Cannons emerged from under the sand, and firing began from caves. Hundreds of American soldiers were killed within minutes of landing on the beach. This was a war where blood was shed for every inch of land. The Japanese did not surrender. They would suddenly emerge from caves and tunnels and launch suicidal attacks. When the troops advanced after clearing a cave, they would suddenly be bombed from a nearby tunnel. Mount Suribachi was the most important, because it was the highest point on the island. Whoever controlled it would be able to watch over the entire battlefield. February 23, 1945. U.S. Marines finally reached the summit of Mount Suribachi after losing many lives. That day, they raised the American flag on the mountaintop. At this moment, a journalist named Joe Rosenthal took the picture, raising the flag on Iwo Jima, which later became the most famous photo of World War II. But the war was not over yet. The rest of the island was occupied by Japanese strongholds. The fighting was hellish every day. Japanese soldiers emerged from caves, and bloody battles were fought with rifles and knives. The Japanese morale could not be broken. They preferred to die rather than be captured alive. Many soldiers committed suicide inside the caves. Some strapped bombs to themselves and rushed to the American troops. March 26, 1945, the last day of the war. After 40 days of fighting, on March 26, 1945, the American troops were able to capture the entire island. In this battle, 6,800 American soldiers were killed and 20,000 plus were wounded. On the other hand, only 216 out of 21,000 Japanese soldiers were captured alive. This war showed that Japan would not surrender easily. The capture of Iwo Jima made America realized that an attack on the Japanese mainland would be devastating, so the next decision was to use the atomic bomb. Nevertheless, Iwo Jima was the battlefield where humanity, heroism, and death were seen at their most brutal. Iwo Jima teaches us that war is never just a story of victory or defeat.